In this video, we'll take a look at using external styles. In the first two clips, we did inline and internal, and now we want to do an external style. One of the advantages of an external style is that you can apply it to many pages. For instance, I've just got this one page right here, default HTML, but let's say I had 500 pages in my website. I'd have to, if I wanted to change the style, let's say the client wanted the background color to be green because it's St. Patty's Day or something like that, and I had 500 pages, I'd have to go into all 500 web pages and change the style on the background or the font color. There's an easier way to do it, and that's with external style sheets. So what you do is you can, and your editor, if you're using Dreamweaver, could be different. Again, I'm using Expression Web 4. You right click over here on the root, or if you want, you could do File New, and do New, and you want to do CSS, right, for cascading style sheet. And I'm just going to call mine styles.css. Okay. And now I'll double click on it to open it up. And what I want to do is put all my styles based in my sheet, in this other file, and I'm going to link the files. So all I need to do is copy this, or cut it. Actually, I'm going to cut it. Well, I'll copy it for right now. Let's copy it and put it in here, and then paste it. And I'll highlight everything and hold the Shift Tab key down and maybe just tab it over a little bit. All right. So I've got all these styles in here. Now I'm going to get rid of all of them except for maybe the H1, because I want to show you one more thing. So we'll just leave the H1 in there. All right. So what I have to do now is I have to link it somehow. So to do that, I can just drag this over. Oops, wrong way. Hold on. Every software package is different. If I go over to the design, and notice I took the styles out. See what it looks like now. If I just drag my style over, there it goes. It put in the correct code for me. I can never remember the syntax. So this is it right here. I'm going to move it above the internal style. So I'm just going to highlight this, cut it, and put it up there. But if you know the syntax, it's link href styles, right? Here's my actual file. And the relationship with the style sheet, type CSX. And again, if you had it in a different folder, you would just put the folder right here, the path. You may have many style sheets for your web page. Okay, so now you notice while we did the preview, it looks pretty much the same. Okay, so I can go ahead and preview this in the browser, and it looks pretty much the same as the old example. I guess I should change this and make sure it says external styles now. Right, external styles, style example. And put this in here like this. Now we'll create another page, and you'll see the power of this, because I can just change my style in one place. So let me just copy this down here, right, and we'll be off and running. All right, now we might want to link back and forth to the pages. So right up here at the top, I'll just put a hyperlink, and we'll just say this is going to be about. Maybe we have an About Us page on our website. About HTML, okay, and we'll just put the let's see, About Us. All right, get rid of this extra stuff, save it, and then I can start a new page. I could just right click and do a new page here, or I could do File Save As. So if I do File Save As, right, then I can save it as a new document. So I'll just call it About. That might be a little bit quicker. And save it. All right, so now I have an About page. I should change this. So this is the, we'll just call it About. Right. So we know what page we're on. And maybe I'll get rid of the table, so we know. Right, and I'll put the link back to, in this case, we'll go back to home default, right? Default. HTML, we'll just say go home. All right, now let's take a look at what we have. So if I go back to the browser, hit refresh, and go to the About page, okay, and notice because I did a Save As, the background color is the same, right, and so all my styles would apply. So the styles, if I had a table in there, right, it would both apply. If I put a heading tag in there, it would apply. Text align center on both pages, right? Text align center. I could take this out here as well if I wanted to. But if I wanted to override it, is what I was going to try and show you. I could say maybe I want the the color of the text to be, I don't know, maybe I'll make it red, right? So if I do that, then I can override the external style. So if I refresh it. So on the About page, excuse me, it's red. Go home, and it's not. The heading is black. Okay. So this is very powerful. Like I said, if the client wants the background color to change to green for some reason, because it's St. Patty's Day, you make one change, and now on all 5,000 pages, or however many pages you have, it changes it, right? Green, right? So you can see how powerful that can be. I'll do Control Z here to get that back. All right, and save it. So that's an overview of external styles. And another way to, well, we'll talk about that later on, but we can also have, like I say, we can have more than one style per web page or website. We'll talk about those later, because we might want to have a style for printing out a web page, a style for scaling everything down or changing everything up for a mobile device, such as a tablet or a phone. So you may have different style sheets for them and just link them in like I did here. So again, an inline style can override an internal, and an internal style can override an external style sheet.